Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
The Tata Group has a long-standing tradition of setting industry benchmarks and pushing the envelope both within the company and in the sector they choose to operate in. Innovation in thought, process, approach and strategy has become a critical factor for Tata companies as they map a future in the business world without boundaries. Started in 2006, the Tata Group Innovation Forum launched Tata Innovista, an annual celebration of innovation within the group.
Innovista was designed to build excitement in the world of innovation inside the Tata Group, identify what are the good things going on in different parts of the globe from Tata companies.
Tata Innovista is a celebration. It is a spread of the culture, brings teams together to work on innovation. The culture of innovation is something very difficult to take across a company, leave alone across a large group like the Tata Group. So the way you do that, one way you do that is bringing innovators together so that they learn from each other by listening to each other and asking questions of each other.
The objective of the program is to capture innovations of Tata companies to instill self-confidence among Tata managers, recognize innovators and encourage innovation in companies, share and learn the levers used by companies to identify and execute innovative projects, and build a culture of appropriate risk-taking.
So you see, Tata Group is a well-established name in India definitely, and establishing itself around the world. We are very well known for our philanthropy, for our goodwill, and for our products. We have sustained ourselves for more than 100 years. Going forward, we need to see how we become world best in certain areas. And one way to go there is by innovation. Innovation in our products, innovation in our services, and also innovation in our internal processes, both production processes and business processes. So continue to reinvent ourselves and put the flag beyond the horizon, if you wish. That's the purpose behind Innovista, to inculcate a culture of innovation within the group.
First one is...
In its 11th year of celebration, the theme this year of the competition is Be Bold, something that is instilled in the ethos of the parent company.
Innovation is finding new ways of creating value. The way you get there is by creating with freedom, nurturing with passion, and changing with detachment as individuals. As companies, you have to understand that it is creativity taken into the markets. So there is a smashing of the barriers between the hand and the mind and the market. So this is what leads to innovation. So when I talk about create with freedom, that is about being bold with the creativity. When I say nurture with passion, again it's about being bold in investment into ideas that matter. And then when I say change with detachment, it is about being bold when you want to make sure that you are a continuous innovator and not a one-time innovator.
The competition, open to all Tata employees from around the world, had over 2,900 teams participating this year. The process of the competition is simple. Teams had to first submit their projects on the Tata Innovista website. The jury then picked out the top entries, which were pitted against each other at the regional round. 7 regional rounds were held around the globe, after which the top team then made it to the final round of the competition.
It's been an enormous journey along all dimensions. So one is certainly scale. The number of people who are now engaged with the Innovista process across the world, across the Tata world, has quadrupled and jumped in the last 10 years. Secondly, the maturity of the categories themselves has evolved. We now have new categories which have come in the last few years. The Design Honor, for example, did not exist when we started. The Dare to Try award used to attract very, very few entries who acknowledged that they had actually tried something, were bold, they failed, and now they're ready to go again. We had a lot of work done on the leading edge category as well, which is the research-oriented initiatives in the group. So many evolutions over the last 10 years: scale, quality, and of course participation.
So this year, as an example, we had a further filter after the regionals into the finals, but we also added another category. This is to encourage collaboration. So we have instructed the jurors that if they saw a large amount of collaboration which they would like to recognize, to recommend that for an award.
From 101 teams in 2006 to participation from over 2,900 teams from 44 companies and 17 countries in 2016, the competition has grown manyfold.
So I've been associated with Innovista as judge, as participant, and now in some other capacities for almost about a decade. Yeah. So I've seen it evolve. I've seen it evolve, grow in numbers. And what I now see with some satisfaction is evolution in quality. Yeah? Early on, we used to have a focus on numbers, yeah? Which is necessary. I mean, you need to drive this behavior, this thinking down multiple organizations. And now we are starting to graduate to world best qualities. So, for example, I was sitting through one of the categories today, and clearly there were two, at least, in two presentations which showed technologies and products which are world class. So one in the area of deep data analysis, and the other in the area of a product and a coating on a product. I'm not going to specify coating on a product. And both were world beating in their categories. So that was quite heartening to see. We are now graduating to a scale where we can say we have arrived in the world scene, at least in some parts.
On the other side, we bring you highlights of Tata Innovista 2016. On the day of the finale, teams were required to present their idea to the jury within 10 minutes, followed by a question-answer session with them. Teams were required to present their ideas under the 4 categories: promising innovations, dare to try, leading edge technologies, and design honor. While some teams shone through, the others had to work hard at convincing the jury.
I think the concept was well understood and liked. There were quite a few good questions relating to the novelty of the idea, what's unique about it, given the fact that this field has been around for a long time. So what is it that we have done that this retailer has been able to crack the important and most complex problems was something that was discussed extensively. I think we had a good discussion on that.
Yeah, the presentation went well. There were other teams as well. We were the second to go, and there were a lot of questions from the judges as well, and we answered them suitably. So I think it went well. Let's see. Hope for the best.
Yeah, we were like nervous. I mean, in fact, I made the presentation, and initially I was very nervous, and later on it went pretty well. And I think the QA session was very well. I mean, it went very well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're buzzing. I think it went really well. Really good to get it done. But yeah, we put a lot of work into it, and it was a really good experience. A lot of fun.
The jury seemed quite positive. I hope.
I haven't tried the teas yet, though. But no, I think there were some tough questions, but we sort of, I guess, prepared enough. Trying to second guess what the judges will say, but had a few answers up our sleeve, and I think they were pretty supportive of those.
I think we managed to put the point across in terms of the purpose and the way that we executed, but the jury felt that probably we could have explored other avenues. Maybe that was the viewpoint. We would probably take up some of their recommendations, but in 10 minutes you can just only say that many information.
Tata Innovista not only encourages employees to think out of the box, but also fosters an environment conducive to innovation.
This Tata Innovista is conducting such a fabulous event, Tata Innovista. It is to promote the innovation and team encouragement. And I think that every one of us should try to do on our own little way to innovate, to change, to do something differently. And it should be a part of our culture, our way of thinking, and our way of working.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, there was 6,000 people originally put their names in for this competition. We're now down to the last couple of hundred. I mean, even if you don't win it, it really sends the message that this is strongly about innovation and encourages you. So even if you don't make it, I think it's fantastic. And to come here and sample India and all the rest of it it's been a really memorable trip. The whole thing's been really inspiring. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great, and we've already been talking to our other colleagues in different Tata companies, and it's a great way, to meet other people and to just understand what a large organization Tata is.
Oh, it's an excellent platform. It actually helps to draw and to attract talent within the various Tata companies and then showcase them in this forum, and kind of also validates that such important ideas and insights can actually get converted into viable business models. And that is what fundamentally this forum actually gives opportunities to all of us. And we are kind of very excited, and we have been participating in this forum for the last couple of years, and we have gradually seen that the popularity of this forum is growing.
I think it's a brilliant initiative. I think we'd all agree from the conversations we've had, the fascinating thing about Tata Innovista is seeing the breadth of activities across the Tata businesses. Clearly, we sit in Jaguar Land Rover, and we've got a very good understanding about what we're doing as a business. What's great with this is you get to see what's going on in the global picture from Tata. So it's been a fascinating experience, and we think one that's well worth holding.
Change in any organization is a very, very gradual process. What these contests do is they celebrate the best of the ideas across their organization, across the entire group. What it has the power of doing is kickstarting the spirit of innovation, not at these highest level teams, but at the lowest denominator in the organization, because they can inspire and with a little twist set up a culture where every individual is looking at what can I do to innovate, what can I do to add value, and that can be very transformational for an organization.
No, I think the concept is great. I mean, the Tata Group are an iconic organization, and India looks to them to lead the charge on driving innovation. So to me, this is a great concept. And I think it sends the right message that there is leadership commitment to driving this, which is a key element of driving innovation. So I think creating a forum where people can exchange ideas, learn from each other, share knowledge is what this brings to the table.
While teams were tasked with pitching the ideas, the jury had the onerous task of adjudging the top 50 teams of the competition.
The presentations were wonderful. I mean, we listened to our group, had 9 presentations. All of them were wonderful. Some of them were better at articulating their ideas in the given 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Others, went to more detail or less detail. I mean, these are the usual, any groups will have its own dynamics. But everyone had put in great effort in building something that they believed in.
I wouldn't say all the teams met those parameters because there were some teams that probably did not, because it was my judgment criteria. Of course, we had a scoring list and things like that, but with innovation and sustainability and things, that's what I was looking for from a group company like a big company like Tata. So I would say about more than 60 to 70% of the presentations I sat through, at least that met my criteria, and in terms of the sustainability and the ROI, the investment to the returns criteria that I had, which probably would give my judgment for one of the ideas to stand out. I think at least 60 to 70% of the presentations met that.
I saw a total of 14, and I would say that there were at least, they've already done a hell of a lot of sifting before coming here. So I think we saw something like 1/3 of them were very good, and I think they're all going to get awarded, because that's roughly the number of awards that they have asked us to select. And there were some others that were very close. There were very few that sort of fell behind. So I would say many of them were very good. Presentations were uniformly very good. People had come very well prepared and knew how to present and knew how to convey whatever they had to convey in 10 minutes.
But I think we were expecting to see some dramatic new things, and I don't think we saw all of that. We saw the beginnings of that process in some places. And I think because the institution seems to be committed to making that happen. For example, they have, after many years, hired a chief technology officer
which is a big move for an Indian company of this size and scale, or at least a corporate group of this scale. And I suspect that's going to make a difference in the long run, because you have to think systemically to be able to institutionalize innovation. You have to build an innovation ecosystem. And when you have, a few hundreds of thousands of people who work for you, you can actually do that quite effectively. But you have to think out of the box. Thinking inside the box is not going to bring you to become one of the more valued companies in the world.
On the other side, we announce the winners of this year's Tata Innovista. With all team pitches done and an exhaustive jury round, it was time to award the winners of the 11th edition of Tata Innovista 2016. The first category of the awards is Dare to Try. Jaguar Land Rover was awarded for their project Land Sustainable Material Development. Titan also won an award for their project Titan Kitchen. The second category of the awards is Leading Edge Technologies. Tata Global Beverages won an award for their project Sustainable Plant Protection Formulae. Tata Steel also clinched an award for their project Pyrometrics Generating Cement Blender. The next category of awards is Design Honour. Tata Consultancy Services won an award for their project Contactless Charity Tin. The next category of awards is Promising Innovations. In the subcategory Innovation in Support Process, Tata Global Beverages won an award for their project Gaon Chalo Mobile Activation. In the subcategory Innovation in Core Processes, Jaguar Land Rover won an award for their project Virtualization of Low-Speed Impact Requirements. Tata Consultancy Services also clinched an award in this category for their project One Touch Automation Accessibility Value Chain. In the subcategory New Services Innovation, Tata Consultancy Services won an award for their project Ignio, the world's first neural system for enterprises. In the final subcategory New Product Innovations, Tata Steel won an award for their project Tata Viron Ayush Multifunctional Coating.
It feels great.
Great, yeah. Really great.
That feels really great. I think it's brilliant because, it's a huge recognition for all the effort that we have put in, especially in the category that we've won, which wasn't really successful, but to value the effort that has gone in and to take out insights from there for the future. I think that is commendable that the company is giving you that kind of recognition, and we feel really excited about what this entails for the next future.
Great.
Excited.
Great. We are very much excited.
Yeah, in fact, I would like to also add, today being the Earth Day, I think it's a right thing that we got the award at the right time and right day, because the whole project is on sustainability.
This is a great moment, a great feeling. My team, me and my team, this is a great encouragement for my team.
We'll be honored. We'll be feeling very honored because we'll be someone very special when we go back, and lot celebrated, because this is something which we await a lot for 1 year, for entire 1 year.
We are very, very excited that we won this. Normally, design honors category is meant for B2C companies, for example, Titan, and they're into design. But this is the first time that Tata Consultancy Services went into design category, and we have won it for the first time. We are very excited for this.
It's an incredible journey because you get to hear about so many different things that are happening across the globe, different Tata Group companies. It's always an inspiring experience to come to an event like this and listen to everyone.
To speak with complete honesty, I'm speechless. So actually, it is my first time in Tata Innovista, and obviously I'm a very new to this kind of environment. So it feels just great.
Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.